Dr. Joe Dispenza never talks about corn, but if he did, I believe these are the 5 secrets he would have shared with you. How do I know? Well, my name is Danny Banchev. I'm the founder of the Off Corn Academy. I used to struggle with that stuff for a decade. I went from jerking off to corn 4 times per day on average to being corn-free for years, and now I've helped more than 100 men do the same. After studying Dr. Joe Dispenza for more than 100 hours, I've extracted his 5 most powerful lessons that can be applied to the most dangerous addiction in the world. Let's break down the 5 secrets Joe Dispenza would have shared with you if he could. By the way, before we dive into that, I just want to make sure you know that I'm literally about to give you all of the information and action steps you need to solve that problem by yourself. You absolutely do not need to give me any money, buy my courses, or my coaching programs. However, I must warn you, it's also just general information. So if you still want to save some extra time and get personal help from me so that we can solve that problem faster, then you can schedule a completely free discovery call with me. The link is in the description. It's completely confidential. There are no commitments whatsoever. Okay, let's jump into it. Secret number 1, where you place your attention is where energy goes. Attention equals flow of energy. Isn't that obvious? If you focus on your failures of the past, you're gonna feel depressed. If you focus on your potential in the future, you're gonna feel hopeful. We've all experienced that, but it has even been proven on a quantum level. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but they've proved that when you look at quantum particles, we're talking like protons, electrons, they behave differently than when you don't look at them. So it's a physical thing. So when you know that your attention is your most valuable resource and that everybody in this modern world is trying to suck it away from you, even the platform you're watching me on right now, that's their job. The more attention they get, the more money they make. That's just business. It's exactly the same with the corn websites. The question is simply, where do you want to put your energy? Do you want to put your energy in your purpose, in what you're trying to achieve, in your service for people around you to provide as a man? Or do you want to put your energy to some fucking pixels on a screen, a combination of little colors combining to form some bodies of people who don't even know who you are and couldn't give less fucks about you? Anyways, all of this to say, become aware exactly where you place your attention during the day. Nobody is perfect. We are human. You're gonna maybe scroll from time to time on social media. Something's gonna grab your attention. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you and I both know you've literally made the conscious choice to take the time to lock yourself in your room, open your computer, type PH on incognito mode, and spend your most valuable asset for absolute and total bullshit. I've had guys where all it took for them to stop was to realize, wait a minute, time, energy, and attention are my most valuable resources. There's no way I ever spend them again on that bullshit. Because by the way, most of y'all hesitate on spending money on there. I'm saying some people spend even money, but y'all wouldn't spend, $1 million, $10 million for that bullshit. But you would spend something that is even more valuable than that $10 million. Because guess what? Time you never get back. You cannot create more of it. We have a limited amount and we don't even know what that amount is. Money, you can always make more. There's no ceiling to it. Would you spend $10 million for corn? If the answer is no, then why the fuck are you spending your attention on it? Next, secret number 2, your personality creates your personal reality. And what is your personality if not your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors? Let me ask you a question. If God had fun for a while and took away all the money in the world, then redistributed it to $1,000 per person, what do you think will happen a few years later? The same top 1% of the wealthiest people will be right back up there, and the same broke-ass people will be back to being broke. Why? What's the difference there? If we all start from the same equal opportunity, no more, you cannot blame anymore but he got rich parents. No. Everybody starts the same now. What will happen? Same people will go to the top. Why? Because their personalities create their personal realities. They think differently, they feel differently, they take different actions. That's it. So if you want your external reality to change, start by focusing within. You can either blame or evolve. Whatever you point fingers to, you give power to. Sure, it might tickle your ego. It might be comfortable to put blame on the corn industry, on the rich people, on some trauma you had in the past. Or you can actually take responsibility and create the personality you want. Become the person you want. Identity. is where everything starts from. From now on, the action step is I want you, instead of setting goals, instead of setting only visions, I want you to set a goal for who you want to become. I want you to focus on who you want to become, not on an external result, not I want to make $1 million. I want to become a millionaire. Because the thing is, I could give a broke person $1 million right now. Chances are they'll come right back to the position they were in at the beginning a few months later. Why? Because they haven't developed the personality that allows them to maintain that money. But a millionaire automatically attracts millions of dollars. That's how the game works. You're not trying to quit corn or sex addiction. You are becoming a man of integrity, a man of honor, a man of faith, a leader. See how different that is? Next. Rule number 3. Lust, my friends, is the lowest vibration. If you guys are not familiar with that, there's literally a scale. Scientists, including Dr. Joe Dispenza, have figured out a way to measure electromagnetic frequencies of different emotions. So if you're feeling gratitude, joy, excitement, love, you will vibrate like the machine, the technology thing will be able to measure your frequency. It's a different frequency than when you're sad, when you're desperate, when you're ashamed. So there's these different levels. And I always used to believe, I learned that a few months ago and I was completely mind blown. I always used to believe that shame was the lowest vibration. But what I recently discovered by studying Dr. Joe Dispenza is that lust is literally lower. And guess what, my friends? You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. You attract the level of frequency you're on, because guess what? Like Nikola Tesla said, everything in the universe is energy, frequency, and vibration. It is undeniable. The device you're watching me on right now might seem like a solid, lifeless thing, but if you zoom in on the tiny particles enough, it's just moving. There's energy particles moving all the time on a certain vibration. It's what allows it to be solid together. So when you vibrate on the frequency of lust, you are at the lowest possible vibration, right next to shame. That's why corn addicts, sex addicts are some of the most depressed, sad people in the world. It is literally a closed cycle that is maintaining them on the lowest vibrations possible, and that's what they attract around them as well. So if you want to evolve, if you want your emotional home, your emotional standard to be one of gratitude, joy, excitement, happiness, you have no other choice than to let go of lust. By the way, lust is completely different than sexual energy. Sexual energy is what creates life. It's a gift. It's that energy you feel down there when you're feeling horny. That energy is not the problem. The problem is when you start thinking about it, when you start fantasizing about stuff, that's when lust comes in. You can use that sexual energy for good. You can transmute it, but there's a big difference between lust and sexual energy. We'll talk about it more in a different video. For now though, all you need to know is that the energy of corn and the energy of adult entertainers is one of lust. That is undeniable. So you must let go of that if you want to evolve in your life. Secret number 4, remember your future. Remember your future? What the hell do you mean, Danny? Okay, let me ask you a question. Does the past actually exist? Or is it just a creation of your memory? I know you smart people know the answer. It doesn't. So what this means is that the past isn't any more real than the future. Both are a result of your imagination. And what Dr. Joe Dispenza says is when you start remembering your future is when you start creating it. Your subconscious mind, your brain cannot make the difference between imagination and reality. And if the past isn't any more real than the future, what happens is when you start remembering your future, you visualize it just like you can visualize a memory of the past. It's the same thing. Both do not exist. Then you can start creating your future. Because you cannot create a new future while staying in the emotions of the past. Because remember, personality creates personal reality. And your personality is made of your thoughts, emotions, and feelings. So if you keep on experiencing the same emotions from the past, what reality are you going to create? The same reality as the past. This is probably the most important secret right here. Remember your future. How does this apply practically into your life? When you start imagining a future in which you are completely free, in which corn, adult entertainers, it's completely irrelevant. It doesn't even matter. You're a man of honor, of integrity. You're a leader, father, husband, man of God, whatever it is that you care about. Remember your future. It's going to start impacting your thoughts and your emotions. And the thoughts and emotions create the action. So all of a sudden you have a new personality and you have a new reality. A lot of people make the mistake to say, first I'll break free from corn, then I'll feel the freedom. First I'll make the money, then I'll feel the abundance. Big mistake. You can create that feeling first with the power of your imagination, and guess what? You'll get the result even faster. And last but not least, number 5, your body is your Subconscious mind. A lot of people talk about the subconscious mind. But what Dr. Joe Dispenza says is that's actually your body. It's your nervous system throughout your whole body. Another thing you've always heard is awareness. Self-awareness is the first step towards change. But what does that mean in this context? Well, what if instead of fighting the urge next time you feel it, instead of trying to resist it because whatever you resist persists, what if instead you were present with the sensation in your body? You paid attention, awareness to where you actually experience that energy. That is where your subconscious mind is. What's the best way to reprogram your subconscious mind? First of all, you got to be aware of what's happening there. It's kind of like opening the settings app on your phone. That's what awareness is. You got to open the app first. You got to get access to the subconscious mind. How do you get access? By being present with the sensation in your body. I was in a flow right now. I'm dropping some gems here. So what is the practical step? Next time you experience an urge or a sexual fantasy, automatically transition to the sensation in your body. The thoughts are still going to be there. They're going to come and go. Let them come and go. That's okay. Don't resist them. Whatever you resist persists. So let them come and go. But focus on the sensation in your body. One feeling can carry thousands of thoughts. If you let go of the feeling first, if you give it your unconditional acceptance and just curiosity and loving energy, just, what am I experiencing right now? It's not right or wrong. It's just there. Very often, that will be enough for that energy to just be released, come and go. It will avoid you so much trouble and at the same time reprogram your actual subconscious mind. All right, my friends, we've dropped some gems today. That's the real stuff. Again, all of this work you can do by yourself, but if you want to save some time and get that problem solved as fast as possible, I'm always available for a completely free, 100% confidential, no commitment whatsoever discovery call. So if that's something you want to try, the link is in the description. Otherwise, you can subscribe. I'll be super grateful for y'all, but I'm grateful for you anyway. So I'll see you here tomorrow. Much love, my brothers. Peace.